A bantamweight tilt. Up next, Eric Wilson. A very, very talented individual, and if you look at his record, 6-7, that does not tell the whole story. Eric Wilson only faces the toughest opposition out there, and I have a feeling his opponent, Louis Grover, could be in for a rude awakening tonight.
And you're absolutely right. Louis Grover, another one of those guys that fights tough guys. The record doesn't necessarily indicate. We talked about it earlier. MMA record does not indicate anything. You got to look at the opponents. Look at who they fought. At 6-7, but when your opponent's win percentage is over 75%, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're constantly fighting those guys and taking them to a decision, or giving them a difficult knockout, or to come back by surprise submission that happened to him in one of his fights, that it shows the difference in these fights. And credit Eric Wilson for not saying no. Just saying, look, I want to fight anybody. Put them in front of me. I want them.
And you see the look on his face. He seems calm. Every time he steps inside of the cage, it feels like this is where he belongs. This is his home. This is his moment to shine.
And gives him an opportunity to, every time, if he can, like we said, if he can put together 4 or 5 wins in a row, it doesn't matter what the record is. You put in 5 impressive wins in a row, you are going to be a top contender in this country. And giving yourself that opportunity and coming up here and fighting the toughest tests, that is what Eric Wilson does. And he's got another tough test tonight in Louis Grover, but definitely up for it is Eric Wilson.
And I like that you said that, an impressive victory. An impressive victory does not necessarily mean a fast knockout or a quick submission. It could be 15 minutes of beauty, destructive, damaging beauty. That still can be very impressive. Louis Grover, however, is here to showcase his abilities. And one thing you said, he comes out with a big cup. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited for this one too. The 135-pound division in Canada, simply stellar.
Just from the top down, you've got guys from in the 135 division, starting with Jesse Arnett, obviously, who's that top echelon of fighters who should have been in the UFC 4 or 5 fights ago.
Josh Hill.
Hill, who's just a monster. You look at TJ Laramie will get down to 135, and it's a killer's row of fighters at 135.
Ayman Zahabi.
Oh, just like the list goes on. If Canada is going to provide a fighter, it's going to be at 170 and 135. But we take a look at the tail of the tape again. Upside down records for both these fighters, but when you look at the guys they fight, really high win percentages on both sides, so they're fighting tough guys, both made weight exactly the way they need to. Height is pretty much identical, so we're going to have a good fight here. 2 upside-down fighters who want to prove a point here tonight.
And this is what I love, fighters that love to fight, that love to scrap and put on a show for the fans, and I have a feeling that is what we're going to get tonight as you look up at Eric Wilson and
just
you see the strut.
Yeah, the strut, he's dancing to the music. Again, he's relaxed.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a fighter who's got 13 professional fights on his record, this is just another day for them. Everyone talks about, oh, this is the biggest fight of my career, and no, it's just another day. When you got 13 fights on your record, you know what? Tomorrow he's going to train. He might break his arm, and he's going to travel back home, but he'll find a way to get in and do some training.
Is Louis Grover calm, knowing that he is going to do battle with a very durable, very skilled, very tenacious Eric Wilson? I have the feeling, yes, he's good to go.
Yeah, the one thing you could say about Louis Grover, he has been working with a lot of really top quality wrestlers, which was a weakness in his game. So we'll see if it's translated here today.
We'll send it up to the ring announcer to get things going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next fight is a pro bantamweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first the fighter in the blue corner. This man stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 135.8 pounds, with a professional record of 6 wins, 7 losses. Representing Outlaw MMA from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Eric Wilson! And his opponent in the red corner. This man stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 135.4 pounds. With a professional record of 1 win, 3 losses. Representing MMA University from Calgary, Alberta, Louis Grover!
Louis Grover pumped up.
And your man in charge of the action is Andy Social.
Love to hearing the crowd here at the Canalta Center really getting into this one. Eric Wilson was born and raised here in Medicine Hat, has moved away since then, but representing his hometown here tonight.
A great ovation for Eric Wilson. How important is it that Louis Grover stays calm?
Well, he's been away from the cage for a while, so just those cage nerves do come back once you've been away for a long time.
And Eric Wilson is ready to start fast. A swiping left hook for Grover.
There's the inside leg kick that lands very well, and a straight left hand.
And look at this. Just as we expected. Some fireworks early, and Eric Wilson goes down. Grover going after him.
After 3 straight good left hands from Eric Wilson, there was a big left hook that came from Louis Grover that landed right on the chin of Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson very quick to recover, but that might slow him down. We've had 40 seconds into this fight, and the action's been crazy.
But it always seems that Eric Wilson is immune to pain.
Well, and if you get caught on the off button, and I don't know.
Very true.
If Louis Grover didn't hit the off button there, he came as close as you can get to. But Eric Wilson immediately back up and just right into it. Good reaction as well to take the fight to the cage, to give himself an opportunity to clear any cobwebs that might be there.
Wilson trying to damage that left thigh. Grover just ducking his head.
Some blood on the cheek of Louis Grover. I don't know if that's from a cut or perhaps, yeah, definitely from a cut there on his left cheek. Again, straight left from Eric Wilson.
Some excellent stuff from both guys.
This is a much improved Louis Grover from last time I see him. And again, you know, the grappling aspect hasn't come into it, but the striking is just dynamic from both fighters.
Nice slip there by Grover. That's twice now we've seen Eric Wilson trying to shake out those arms. As another left hand sneaks through. Right hand followed by the left hook. That one just missing. Grover backed up against the cage, and do we have a battle here?
Some excellent fighting from both these fighters. The crispness of striking from Eric Wilson is just, it's incredible. And again, you look at the record and people might think, hey, he's not going to have that. No, no, no. His striking is top quality.
Oh, and a thunderous shot to the body.
Well, the one thing that Eric Wilson's going to have to look out for is as Louis Grover is throwing those punches, Eric Wilson is ducking. And if Louis Grover can recognize it and find a knee to follow that up, Eric Wilson puts himself in danger. But right now, Eric Wilson looks like the cobwebs are out from that big shot earlier.
Wilson just trying to chip away. And Grover eats 2 big shots.
Took a deep breath and just right back in there, showing the toughness.
The fans here at the Canalta Center getting a show indeed. You see the laser-like focus on the face of Eric Wilson. Is this the beginning of the end for Louis Grover?
Louis fighting back. Looks like he got a shot in the eye. It wasn't a poke by any means, but a shot in the eye that is definitely causing him some trouble right now, and Eric Wilson smells blood.
Some outstanding work by Eric Wilson as he continues to smash the body. Then goes to the head, a beautiful uppercut, scoring, crumbling Louis Grover, and the referee steps in, and that is how you do it. And the crowd responding for the prodigal son as he returns home.
What a show from Eric Wilson. recovering from that big shot that could have ended the fight. And he recovered and was just, every single hit was hitting. Every single shot was landing. And again, look at this big shot that lands right here. It's the knee to the head before Louis Grover's knee is down. Andy Social right on top of it and has seen enough at that point. And that's the second fight in a row that a knee has been the beginning of the end.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the official decision from this bantamweight tilt here at Fight Night 3.